Hi guys! So lately I've been going through some really high anxiety moments as usual, but today I just wanted to make a video because I haven't in a little while, and also I have lots of nuggets that I have come to remember today and over the course of the past week or so that I like to share with you guys. Maybe it'll help you have breakthroughs, or maybe it'll be inspiring. I just want to help people like you and me. So, with that said, I just finished sitting at my kitchen table and I was writing down just all of the things that I'm coming to remember. Because I was on a phone call with my friend just a bit ago, and she was talking about how, like, she does life coaching and stuff, and she was talking about how when she's talking with clients, sometimes she can get really, like, her ego will kind of flare up sometimes, and she'll start feeling like she's superior to, this keeps sliding, superior to the clients that she's helping, because it's just the natural human thing to do is just, if you know something and someone else doesn't, sometimes we can feel like we're better or something. But she was talking about how she'll have to remind herself that, her work, she truly believes that, like, in her work, she's just simply helping people to remind themselves and to remember things that they have come to forget, whether that's over lifetimes, generationally speaking, or just in their own life now. And I thought that was really cool, because it's not like we're not learning new things, we're just coming to remember, like, the truth of who we really are, down deep, like, underneath it all. And so I thought that was really cool. So anyway, without further ado, I will go ahead and read off some different bullet points that I have written down, and then you can just let me know if anything resonates with you, or I may just go off on a tangent and it'll spark something that's awesome for both of us while we sit here together. Okay. So I've written, so what I've come to remember today is this: we are all the same, no one higher, no one lower, like spiritually or physically speaking, in the world. Everyone feels pain. It's not just me. This is universal. It's like I'm no different, and I'm not more important or less important than anyone else. I was reminded today, thank you, Shawna, for your post, blank spaces. Spaces needed in order to rearrange, to obtain, or to just see fucking clearly. And what really stood out to me in that was that, just like in our houses, we have living rooms, living areas, and sometimes, like, when I grew up, my mom would want to rearrange the living room like every few months because she would just get bored with it, or she needed something fresh and new and inspiring. Well, if we don't have space, and this is like coming now to a more philosophical or like spiritual realm, like, if we don't have space within ourselves to begin with, then how can we go in search of things if we have no room to maneuver or move around? Or how do we have space to rearrange or shift our mind or thought patterns in such ways that we can see things from a different perspective, or in a different light? So that was really fun, and there's clarity in the space. Like, when you create space, it's not foggy anymore. It's you shed light, and light can peek through, and you can see clearly. So that was cool. So sitting in meditation creates blank space, for me at least. It clears the mind of debris and emotional and egotistical clutter. Less fog and more clarity, like I had mentioned. Infinite love, connection, and comfort. Those are my guiding principles and emotions. Those are what I want to sit in meditation and kind of like start having a more intentional practice of, okay, these are the things like XYZ that I want to show up every day and live and fully embody, and how can I do that in my day-to-day now? And starting now and then moving forward, I can attract the opportunities that I need to more more like in life to fully embody or to create from that space, or create a space to help others feel that too. So I'm really excited about that. We as humans seek distraction. This was big when I was on my call with my friend. We were talking about distraction and how she asked me, she said, do you ever feel like, I feel like we're both the same here and that we do a lot of self-work. She was like, do you ever feel like the practice, the work, the personal growth and development, all the materials, do you ever feel it like you use it as a distraction? And I sat with that for a second, and I was like, absolutely. I mean, sometimes I do it intentionally because I'm feeling something uncomfortable, and I feel like if I just learn one more thing, or read something inspiring, or like I just haven't gotten something yet, and that's why I'm feeling the emotion, instead of just sitting with the emotion and not even feeling like I have to change it, just sitting with it and saying, okay, I'm feeling this, and I'm honoring this, and let me just take it in and say, hey, like, I'm feeling this for a reason, and maybe I'll know now, and maybe I'll know later, but I don't need to rush it. I don't have to force it out of me. Just allow it to, like, fully go into the emotion, allow myself to feel it as fully as possible, and then eventually it will pass away, because nothing stays forever. Nothing does. So back to my point. We as humans seek distraction when discomfort surfaces. She was talking about, my friend was talking about how she noticed herself overeating healthy food, because she had quit binge drinking, she had quit like all of these like quote unquote bad habits, but in another way, her new habits, she was learning how to overconsume, or to distract herself, or to use certain, like, the similar vices in a new way, in a different way. And she was saying that she's noticed the past couple times she's done it, she'll start, it started with an emotional feeling that was uncomfortable, that she didn't understand. She couldn't understand why she was feeling the way she was. So, like, subconsciously, she started eating, and then she would overeat to the point where she would be in pain, like her stomach would be overfull. And that was a pain and a discomfort, but a different one that she could now focus on, and she actually understood it mentally. Like, I overate, so I have pain, and so she feels comfort in that and security in that. And I think that is, like, really powerful and deep and real, and I want to become a lot more aware of when I'm doing this, because I know that I have forms of escapism. I mean, we all do. Like, you start feeling something and you're like, no, I don't want to feel that, so I'm going to not do that right now. We're going to go distract ourselves for a while, and then I do. And then the same emotion keeps coming up, and so eventually you just have to go through it if you want to, like, I don't know, like, be at peace with that. Not necessarily get rid of it, but just, like, come to understand it more and have more compassion about it and be more gentle about it too. So that's that. I've come to realize that when I'm grounded and in full alignment with my inner truth, things happen magically, easily, and effortlessly for me. It all feels too easy. It was like that one of the laws in the last book we were reading, the 7 Laws of Spiritual Success, how, like, things happen for us when we're living in alignment with who we truly are, and it's magical and it's awesome, and it's like you can't even comprehend it, and you only notice it after it happens. But then you can step back and go, wow, if that happened, like, there's bound to be infinite more ahead. So how can I attract that or flow more in life to have more things like that happen for me, and easily and effortlessly. When I'm living out of fear, anxiety, scarcity, not confident, uncertain, fearful, disempowered, when I feel all those things, life feels really fucking hard. And it does, and then it is, and then I start believing that life is hard, and that I don't have what it takes to master life like it needs to be mastered. And then I go into really high anxiety, hyper anxiety fits, where it's like days long, where I'm just full of tension. Like I just came out of one of those. That's generally when I make my videos, is when I'm like again on a high, and I'm like, okay guys, I'm alive, I can breathe again. And I'm kind of understanding myself a little more, instead of being so in my head. I'm just here, I'm everywhere, more grounded. But I get super anxious, and then I just cry a lot, and cry all day, and get really frustrated easily. And that's what I'm living out of, like, they call the pain body. And it's not just cycled with my period either. It's more than that. It's like just my thoughts and the patterns, and allowing the thought to become a belief, or to actually entertain the thoughts. They say that, on my call with my friend, she was saying that she was reading about how it's like the mastery of life is mastering what thoughts we entertain. It's not mastering our thoughts specifically, it's mastering what we actually entertain to be like possibly true or untrue, and like really going deeper in that. And then once we hold on, and we are like a tiger holding on to its prey, like it's over. We're like, it's a belief, and we can release of that and detach, but sometimes it's hard to do, especially if we don't realize we're doing it. I have a few more points, and then I'm gonna hop off here because it's about 12 minutes now. I'm sorry guys, I didn't plan for it to be this long, but you can stop watching at any moment, so it's your choice. Is it possible okay, so this is a question I'm asking myself. Is it possible for me to imagine or believe that life, or anything for that matter, can be better than I imagined or ever dreamed of? And this goes back to Shawna's post, her video. She was just talking about her relationship, and how she has like all of these like defining, like put her relationship kind of in a box, and has like, this is what it's going to look like, but what if it could be better? Like, what if all of life could be better? I mean, it's infinite, right? Like Lexi talks about, just infinite everything. If we truly believe that, if we truly believe in infinity, then like, what's stopping us from doing anything? So, it's good to think about. We can literally have, create, and do anything we want in this lifetime. And the more I realize this, and it's like on a cellular level and on like a spiritual level, and I'm actually believing it, that's where the truth is. That's where it's like becomes really powerful. Because I can read it all day, and I can be like, oh yeah, you can have anything, whatever. But when I'm like, oh my God, all that's holding me back is me. Like, that's it. I could make phone calls after phone calls after phone calls and go after things, but I'm not. I'm just sitting, hoping, dreaming, like waiting for something to fall into my lap with no effort. Like, what the fuck? I'm lazy. Like, that's my truth, is that I'm really lazy. I grew up being super coddled, and I was given everything I needed. I didn't really have to work hard to get straight A's. Like, it just happened. I mean, I studied and everything, but I was smart, and school just came easy to me. And so growing up, I started like fusing together that like life equals easy. And then once I got like some reality checks, some of life hit me hard, and I go, wait, this is not what I thought life was. Wait, hold on just a second, rewind. Like, let me go back in time to where it was easier. And, but it can be easier, and when I tell myself that it's hard, it becomes hard. And when I say that it's easy, like, I find ways to make it more easy. There's a lot of birds flying overhead. I love that. Hi, birds! Anyway, back to Earth. Okay, I have 2 more things. One practice that I'm going to be practicing as well is less doing and more being. Just sitting. Just creating blank space. Just clearing the air. Clearing this brain that has a lot of worries and false, I don't know, just a lot of illusion. And I want to clear that. And I have come to one realization, and I'll sign off with this. It's never as bad as we think. It's never as bad as we think it is. Be grateful for what I have, as well as for having this experience. Like, anything bad that's ever going wrong in my life, it's a gift. It helps me grow. It helps me realize something new about myself, or just remember something about myself, or about others, or about the world, or about how we're all connected, or about love. Like, nothing. I mean, if we're grateful for the pain, then we can be really grateful for the good things, and we can have a full heart no matter what. So, I sign off with love, and I love you so much, and I hope I didn't bore you too much. It's only 16 minutes. You've sat through worse, I'm sure. Anyway, I love you so much, and I hope that I hope you can find some blank space. Where can you find blank space in your life? Answer that below. Peace. Bye, guys.